So it's 1 week into the residency, and I can narrow it down, the topic of the project. So I'm still in humans pretending to be bots, especially me pretending to be a bot or an AI service. And I have two reasons or two underlying thoughts that accompany that I want to walk along while developing. So the one is that an interest that I have for longer is which kind of services and behavior are we outsourcing to algorithms, and which not, for which reason we do not outsource them, but also which things cannot be outsourced. So that goes back to the philosophy of being human, and these aspects that cannot be outsourced, like free will, the wondering of why do we exist, and the inability of having an answer for that, like this constant search of why we are, which is also which is inherent part of our existence. If we would build an AI that would be perfectly functioning, or an android even, like a human, going to the incompleteness theorem of Gödel, it cannot be a human because it has a different reason for existing. Yeah. So there is this philosophical part about it. If I pretend to be an AI, which parts of being a human should I not utilize for that? And with utilization and utilitarianism, we already go to the second train of thought, which is, in a capitalist society, what are the characteristics that are highly valued? So being productive, being functional, being foreseeable in what we do in our lives, helping optimization, like being willing to do that consciously or not. Then wouldn't it be the perfect way if we behave like the AIs and the machine services that we are building in order to be perfect human beings in such a productive society? Yes. And this also bridges to another project I had about what kind of art should I be doing if I was listening to the suggestions I get from this capitalist society that I'm part of. I'm referring here to, for example, Instagram advertisements of how to be creative, how to find a creative outlet for relaxation, for being your creative self, but not too far getting into the way of your productivity. It's a lot about creative hobbies that you can do while you're working, but none of these apps or services would suggest me to be a critical artist who even works outside of the system. So what kind of art should I do? And there is this breach again of art works or art processes and practices that can be done by machines as well, like coloring my numbers, or nice little puzzles that can also be solved by an AI, and the outcome would be not much different to if a human did it. So the idea could be, hey, I want to be an aspiring AI. I aspire to be an AI in art. What kind of projects would I do then? And what projects shouldn't I do because they would be outside of the realm of what a machine or algorithm can do within the frame of art.